entertainment industry on these levels. But like I said, I took a hiatus before, and now I'm rebuilding everything back up. But young Jock's manager Tamika hit me up and was like, "Hey, Ant, look at this video here, on YouTube." She sent me the link. She's like, "Yo, these young cats, do you think we should sign them?" And I remember, looking at it, I'm like, okay, why y'all coming to me? Y'all got the big bucks, y'all got the studio, y'all got the fame, but at the same time, I felt humble because y'all respect my decision making. And I remember watching these kids, and one thing about me, and this is what many others as well too, and people tend to criticize it, or they tend to not see it, and they laugh about it, and joke about it, and they tend to dismiss when others do this. But there's, myself and many others tend to see things. Literally, we see things as they could play out. We see the potential. We know the potential. We see the outcome. Now how it gets to the outcome, or if it gets to the outcome, that's based on the moves that you make. That's based on the decisions as well. And I remember seeing the potential of these young kids from Texas taking off worldwide, and they got there. They got to the brink of it, but things happened, and it happened to not fully work out for them, as it should have. But they got to a height where they never have seen before, never would imagine. I remember telling them, like, yo, I like these cats, like, this is what we need. Matter of fact, this is the beginning when, like, Soulja Boy and most of them were, like, just coming out. I'm like, this will be hot. The song, I was young at the time, but I forgot what year that was. I was in my late 20s at this time. I was like, oh, I like that. Stanky leg and everything. I was like that. And from empowering them for that decision, like I said, empowerment comes in many forms. Without you even knowing about empowerment, being able to tell them, what I felt about these kids and co-signing on this and empower them to sign these kids. The way that the signing went down, I can't say that I liked it or anything like that, because I found out way after, how the contracts were out, and I was like, but that's how shady the industry is, and you have to be very careful to have good mentors. And I remember bringing these kids underneath my wing at one point when I see that things weren't really going the way that they wanted to go, and I'm watching their career very closely. I'm booking shows for them. I'm putting them as openers to other shows. Then finally started to get them headlining shows, having them play in clubs, everything like that. And I remember being in Detroit, and this is when they finally met me in person at a booking I had them do, because I had them at a club, and I had them open it up for Rick Ross and Shorty Lowe the next day in Detroit. And shout out to all the Detroit, to all the people in the D out there, man. And I remember conversing with all of them, but for some reason, I picked up on two, Mark D and DK. And fast forward, and they went through the issues, the group somewhat broke up, but DK reached out to me. It was like, boss. They all used to call me boss. I was like the mentor to them. Like a big brother, like an uncle. He was like, yo, boss, you mind helping me? And I was like, yeah, you should be good. I'll help you. Like, no, I want you to manage me. He's like, I can sing. I was like, what you mean you can sing? Like, I never knew you could sing. And this boy started belting out some notes. I drew up the contract right then and there, sent it to him. Books. I got a couple of DJs together. I created my own DJs for Associated Entertainment, for the Associated DJs, and I brought in DJs from many DJ networks. Many mixtape DJs, brought into the fold as well too, across the, not even just across the U.S. I had DJs in Canada, the UK, Dubai, all of them, in the mix. And I was like, we're going to drop massive amount of new mixtapes. We're going to drop massive amount of remakes. We're going to drop hot singles after that, and you're going to take off. And that's literally what happened. And I remember booking him his first studio time in Texas, and I flew out to Texas. Okay, I flew out to Texas. And this is me as a young man. Flew out to Texas to make sure, he's at the studio. Got myself a hotel out there. had him come pick me up, the next morning, and went out to the studio, met the producers, met the engineers, met the owner, and I was like, so this is my artist. Y'all got the money, y'all got the sounds, I got the tracks. You know what I want. Let's make beautiful magic. And I tell you to this day, every time I listen to SORRY by DK, Dark Words by DK, Hop On It by DK, when I listen to the mixtapes, Mr. Nasty Volume 1, 2, and 3, like, matter of fact, shout out to DJ Ball and the rest of the DJs out there, in Cleveland, Michigan, Alabama, Windsor, Toronto, Dubai, Tokyo, Japan. When I said we had DJs everywhere, and this young man took off, and I'm so proud of it. And even now, like, he's matured in his craft. He's in Cali now. He's doing the solo thing now. And, like, and that's one of the things I had to step aside from as well, too, because I empowered him to the point where I knew he could take off on his own and sustain and maintain. So I stepped back. I was never one of the ones to hold you and keep you limited. I wanted to show you your potential and have you take off. And I'm proud of that. And that's what I'm saying. Empowerment goes a long way. Because many of these youths today who want to sing, who want to rap, who want to dance, who want to become engineers, who want to become, who want to take up a craft and a trade, who want to become plumbers, who want to learn, who want to become electricians, who want to learn how to drive buses, who want to learn how to fly planes, who want to learn how to, invest, who learn financial literacy, who want to, be a basketball player. Empower them. Empower them. You'll be yes, matter of fact, you would. You'll be so surprised how far they will go, and you will live in those moments and realize how much you have become a great influence in their life. And you will also notice how a lot of the recklessness, how a lot of the self-destruction, how a lot of depression, the anger that they have will minimize, will decrease. Throwing money at the problem will never solve it. It's good to have funds, but providing empowerment, by providing resources, services, access, encouragement goes a long way. And there's many stories like DK. Many stories that I have been able to empower so many, and I just want y'all to go out there and do the same for others. There's been other artists, models, shout out to Nishi Honeydip, who's on the can of my energy drink, and just basically ordered 10 cases the other day for me revamping and bringing back out the energy drink. And this is an energy drink that I was going, we were going blow to blow with Monster Energy drink and Red Bull in the bodegas. So you can do it. I'm here to tell you, you can do it. You can empower yourself. You can empower others. And this is what must happen. This is what we must do. So I was going to leave y'all with that today. I want y'all to think about these things. And shout out to those who are actually out there mentoring, guiding, and helping to remove the toxic conditions and conditioning and bring in the positive structures, into these lives of youth and other adults and your peers and so forth. I salute you. I honor you. You deserve your flowers. And even if they don't give you your flowers, you go out there and get your flowers. You give yourself your flowers. A lot of times we got to do that too. That's how we motivate and empower ourselves. So this is your boy Anthony B, Real Talking Anthony B. Before I go, I'm gonna hit y'all off with some tracks. Yes, today is a short show. I have things that I am building and creating, and I'm gonna be so happy to bring more people into it. We're gonna be doing the giveaways soon. We're gonna be doing gift card giveaways. We're gonna do laptop giveaways. We're gonna do a whole bunch of giveaways for the youth, for the people in general, and so forth. We have a lot of interviews lined up, with a lot of people in the entertainment industry, a lot of people, who are community leaders and so forth and so forth. All right, folks. So see y'all out there. Stay blessed.
Ultra. Now here this Vice Remain Virgo represent for Ultra Simo, San Fernando to Westmoreland, to Arima, to the world. In from this one. We sing ta-na-na-na. We sing ta-na-na-na. Oh, Ultra. Talk about love, talk about trust, platinum for all the ladies forevermore. And I give you my word, stick to my guns. Believe me when we play this, lady, it's just begun. You don't understand, oh girl. I'll just see more as a plan. And lady, I'm gonna be your sole provider. Oh girl, I'm just I'm gonna play that play for the longest time. I'm just wanna be your sole provider.
In front of me, as I open my eyes, so I give thanks to life. Oh, oh, oh. As the days go by, yeah. Out comes the sun, shining on my face again. Words get me high so I can meditate. Oh, dreams of brighter days. Highest grades we blaze. Dreams of brighter days. Giving thanks, giving thanks, giving thanks. Giving thanks for life. Giving thanks for
representing for the big bad sound, Ultra Simo, hey, right now your sound, bless the weed, some little sound, it's a shackle, our sound, it's a rockle, and bless the weed, platinum bling sound, bless the weed, some little sound, it's a shackle, our sound, it's a rockle, apply peer pressure upon the brain, oh no.
Got that big bright smile, but my days are dark, hungry till I can barely walk. So much to look on my face. No, don't have no food and my cupboard's dry. Only God knows how I get by. Oh, so much to look on my face. Ultra. She's the sweetest thing that you've ever seen. Selling her body wasn't in her dreams. No, so much to look on her face. No, because we have a pleasant look. If you don't know the story, don't judge the book. Please don't watch the look on my face. No, even though I smile, it is only for a while. My tears could fill the river Nile, but I sweep my troubles underneath my pride. Yes, I'm gonna smile, though it's only for a while. Till my worries subside, I will sweep my troubles underneath my pride. The pressures of the life and it tough. No stay down, mama time pick it up. No matter with the down full style, strictly up full vibe. Now pick it up when the bills, them the rent and the mortgage due. Yeah. When me chalice, when your best friends are gone and it's only you. Yeah. Like a turn up the music, young king sweet.